Welcome to Plainham, home of Larkhall Athletic, for this second qualifying round of the FA Cup. On paper, this is no contest. City, the highest ranking side in the competition, undefeated away from home, playing a mid-table team from 2 leagues below. But football isn't played on paper. In many ways, it isn't even played on grass. It's played in the mind. City, whose recent FA Cup form has been less than certainly their manager would have hoped for, must have had a hint, a thought, a soupçon of trepidation that this could all go horribly wrong. Larkhall at home, in front of a record-breaking crowd, go into this game knowing they've nothing to lose, and City nothing to gain, other than a place in the next round. It's a recipe for a plain ham slip-up, fueled by the spice of a local derby and with all the pear-shaped fruit of a whole plantation of banana skins. Are we exaggerating? Well, this is the Larks' 4th FA Cup tie in this year's tournament. They've already had 3 straight victories to get this far and have only conceded 1 goal, home and away. City should win, but should can be a long 90 minutes away from will. My name's Andrew Kerslake, and alongside me I have Mark Stillman and Alex Lane-Kieltyka. And the teams, I'm just looking now away to my right-hand side, are coming out of the changing rooms and down the steps. So, Alex, why don't you take us through the 2 sides?
We know what I'm going to do today, Andrew. I'm going to do it in number order, just for convenience is what I'm going to do today. So, let's start off with the hosts then, wearing the all-blue Larkhall Athletic lineup like this. Number 1, Arthur Naster. Number 2, Jack Goodall. 3, Tom Bradley. 4, and captain Sam Bolton. 5, Lewis Graham. 6, Matt Bowman. 7, Alex Lambert. 8, Jack Cam. 9, Max Williams. 10, Archie Ferris. And 11, Eben and Mortimer Taylor. As you can tell, they are numbered 1 to 11 for today. On the bench for Larkhall today, it's number 12, Spencer Diamond Hall. 14, Wayne Enderamani. 15, Leo Rendell. 16, Harley Pryor. 17, David Regula. 18, Terry Swabby. And 19, Ollie Eglon. And then for the visitors today, for Bath City, the visitors in their own city, in fact. Number 1, Ollie Wright. Number 2, Joe Rains. Number 3, Danny Greenslade. 4, Jordan Dyer. 6, and captain Kieran Parcell. Number 9, Cody Cook. 10, Tom Smith. 12, Ewan Clark. 15, Jordan Thomas. 17, Scott Wilson. And number 19, Luke Russ. On the bench is number 5, Jack Batten. 7, Alex Fletcher. 8, Dan Hayfield. 11, Elliot Freer. Number 13, Adam Forster. 14, Chris Lyons. And 23, Ben Morgan.
We're just about to get underway, so this second qualifying round cup tie, Larkhall against Bath City.
FA Cup fever is here in Larkhall as we're about to get underway. Referee just doing his final counts. Bath City fans in full voice already behind the goal to our left. And we are underway here at Plainham. And Luke Russ sends the ball down along to the right flank. Cody Cook tries to win the header.
Larkhall now with a corner.
In comes the corner. Up towards Ferris, who does win the header. And Wright has to hold it strong there, especially with these conditions. Ball might get a little bit slippery, rolling about the ground, but he does well to hold it. And first shot on target also goes to Larkhall. So good start from the host today as Wilson tries to chase onto that. Well defended once again by the skipper, Sam Bolton. In comes the corner from Thomas on the right-hand side. First one for City, in towards Dyer. Headed away, goes only as far as Smith on the right-hand side of the box. Sends another cross into a lovely whipped cross. But it's too deep for anyone to reach onto. 2 very luminant goalkeeper colours today. Good opportunity for Larkhall to break forward now with Lambert. He's coming into the box. It's on the right-hand side. Sends a cross in low towards Williams. Can't reach it. Here comes the kick now towards Ferris. Wins the header really well. Falls to Lambert. Goes back to Ferris. Now to Cam. Takes a shot. It's in the back of the net. And couldn't upset. Be on the cards here. 5th minute goal for Larkhall. And they find themselves leading National League South leaders. Great finish from Jack Cam. There he's into the bottom corner, and it's 1-0.
Well, that was something of an upset. City didn't really close down at the back as they should have done, and it was a good shot away to Wright's right-hand side, low and hard into the bottom corner of that net. But, well, that won't have been the start that City wanted.
They haven't quite woken up yet, have they, Andrew? They've gone forward a little bit, but they seem a little bit shoddy in the back line there, especially with the likes of Ferris winning those headers. And Larkhall, wow. Plenty of black and white and a few away strips as well. A lot of people have certainly been very complimentary of that yellow and black. Reigns inside the Larkhall half now. Clark, just near the technical area. Comes inside as well. Great footwork from Clark, but we know he has in him, and he wins a free kick. And that's exactly what you want from Ewan Clark.
Yeah, pull down.
Clark will take. Imagine he'll just go towards the penalty spot. Like to Parcell and dire it in there. It does go towards, I think it was going towards Thomas, in fact. Cook was a little bit far away from the initial kick. Greenside. Reigns on his halfway line. Plenty of space ahead of him. Wants to switch it up to the left-hand side. Goes over to Russ, who's just a bit too short for that ball. Tries to use his head to keep it in. And a good opportunity now for Larkhall to break away on that right-hand side. Through Lambert. And City have been able to get back well in transition. Still on the ball, Lambert sends a good cross in towards Ferris. Can't quite win the header. And Smith has to, on the second chance, clear it away with his own head. And it goes out for another corner for Larkhall. Here comes a corner. You'd imagine this will go straight to Ferris's head. Not quite, in fact, it will go for another corner after it comes off the back of Parcell's head. It was Bowman that won the header. Even Tom Bradley as well. In comes the corner up towards Bradley. Instead it goes back across goal, and it's 2-0, and it's Bowman who gets on the end of it. And after 10 minutes, it's now Larkhall Athletic 2, Bath City 0. And incredibly, Larkhall may just be punching their ticket to the third qualifying round.
That was, I think you could say, a soft goal. Player was left unmarked on this left-hand side, a simple header back across goal, and Bowman didn't have to do much to put that into the back of the net. And, well, City, you wonder what's happening with their defending this afternoon.
Yeah, they just can't seem to win much in the air. It looked like it was going to fall to Bradley. Instead, it was Graham, who was just completely unmarked on his own, and Dyer's actually having a bit of a go at Reigns there, I think, just asking him where he was in that situation. So I think there's a bit of miscommunication, perhaps, from that corner. And in fairness to Matt Bowman, that was very much a striker's instinct for a defending player to get on the end of that ball.
Nobody really putting their foot on it and passing it around. With 12 minutes gone, and City 2 goals down.
Just a real lack of communication. Ferris may just unleash a shot here. Parcell was able to ricochet it out wide. Now it's with Mortimer Taylor on the left-hand side. Sends a cross in low to Cam with the left foot. But his shot goes blazing over the bar. But once again, Larkhall looking incredibly dangerous. And I'm not quite sure what's going on with City today. Long ball down right-hand side, which Ferris will chase. Parcell tries to keep it in. Ferris with a back heel, may find his way to Mortimer Taylor. It does so. Cross in towards Williams. Looked like the ball got stuck in the grass there. That's with Lambo. Sends another cross in. Could go up towards Max Williams, whose header's low and right able to get there. But once again, Larkhall with another shot.
Again, though.
Oh, he takes it quickly in towards Wilson, who has it in the box. Looking for an option. He's been pulled down there, but it's slightly too light for the referee to give anything. And Bowman's able to clear away up towards Ferris, who takes a good first touch, and he goes in strong on Parcell. And there is an argument for a red card there, but it will just be a yellow. But Parcell is holding his knee, and Jerry Gill is not happy at all with the referee's decision.
Yeah, I think they both went for the ball, but Ferris did go in with his foot up. And Parcell caught that on his leg. That last kind of 4 or 5 minutes, though, has been the best spell that City have had. It's been the first time in the game when they've actually been able to pass it around from one player to another. But again, still not quite clicking.
Parcell, he's being helped up. He's definitely not going to finish this game. I wonder how long he's going to be out for, because although he was brave to intercept, he's not happy. It doesn't take... Sorry, it takes a lot for Kieran Parcell to come off.
I assume it's going to be Jack Batten coming on.
Varsity's captain is now leaving the field, and he will be replaced by the returning Jack Batten, who's missed the last couple with a knee injury himself. It's a good one towards the near post. Well headed away though from Bowman, who has been superb so far. His second goal of the season. Now turned inside to Clark, who's turned away from Bowman near the edge of the box. He feinted to shoot. Now Clark still working his magic. Gets a ball in. It's off the chest of Cook. And oh, he somehow nearly squeezed a shot in at the near post, but the reflexes of Nasta were alert to it. It's behind for a corner. It's much better from Bath City.
Yep. It's the first move of real threat there. Clark doing well, getting the ball to Cook. City now with their third corner.
He could not get through that barrier, blue shirts, but now it's back with Clark, who plays it to Russ, just inside the Larkhall half, to Dyer. Offered room to go forward. Greenstade now on the left-hand side, facing Lambert, turning aside to Thomas, who's immediately shut off by Goodall, and the flag stays down. I thought Ferris was miles offside. He could be one-on-one here. Ferris takes a heavy touch, shoots it straight against right, and I think that's justice done. I thought Ferris was offside.
Absolutely miles offside, no doubt about it when the ball was played. Must have been several yards.
Well, whether they were complaining that he was in his own half, I don't think he was.
No, he wasn't in his own half.
And the man who got 8 and 8, perhaps thinks he should have done better, and that, incredibly, as early as the 33rd minute, could have put this tie to bed. Manager Ollie Price played in Portland's run to round 1 in 2009. Batten's missed control and he's beaten to it from Williams. He's going to get cautioned, I would have thought. He does. The Larkhall players are surrounding the referee, saying it should be a red card. My view of it was it's not, last man isn't a law. I thought that it was a heavy touch from Williams who'd forced it way wider goal, potentially covering defenders, and the referee is now going to caution some Larkhall players for surrounding him like that.
Yeah, I think they went rather over the top there, Larkhall.
I mean, I thought he knocked it almost towards the corner flag. Had he kept it in, yes, it would have put them in a good position. It would have created a clear goal-scoring opportunity, but Jack Batten, who's been on the field for under 10 minutes, has been cautioned. Eyeing up his target, 4-man Bath City wall. Wright has stayed very far to the left of his goal, so it's left a bit of a gap for Ferris to try and find. He's gone low, straight to the bottom of the wall. He didn't jump. Ferris knocks it forward. The flag stays down. Williams, left-hand side, plays it across. Batten off balance, clears. Throw-in right by the corner quadrant. Throwing back to Williams. Again, he's given too much time. Back to Bowman, 30 yards out. Gets a good ball in, headed away from Dyer, and it flicks back into the Larkhall path with Williams inside the penalty area, 6 yards out. Turning away, he's got plenty of City shirts around him. Plays it back to Bradley. Gets in a wicked ball, and it's just too high for Mortimer Taylor.
Looks like Larkhall more likely to get a third than City to pull one back.
Well, they had that little spell, didn't they, just after the Parsell injury, but the last couple of minutes it belonged to Larkhall. That's another risky ball, which Rains has got there first. Batten takes a chance, he just about gets away from Williams, striding forward, and then he's given the ball away, and now Williams, 20 yards out, City players getting back, Williams cuts inside, squares it to the edge of the box, to Ferris, knocked on wide again, to Lambert, side of the penalty area. Lambert, good footwork, left-footed shot is blocked from Batten. But Batten created that all himself. He was far too casual in defence, and Thomas goes down, no foul. It's Larkhall in possession again with Lambert on the right. Teasing Greenside, gets in a ball to the near post, and Ollie Wright gathers it. Bath City have been absolutely all over the place. This first 40 minutes, for a large brunt of it, they have been shambolic. They have got to up their game, otherwise they're heading out the FA Cup. Clark trying to do something about it, and he goes down under a challenge of Bradley, who wins the ball. Clark is furious with the assistant on the near side. He had himself to blame. He took way too many touches. Smith wins the ball. I thought Smith won the ball fairly, but the decision goes Larkhall's way right in front of their ecstatic dugout. Straight back to Rains. Snapped down a little bit from Bowman. Rains, the former Larkhall man, somehow shovels a pass to Clark on the right-hand side. That's a better ball in from Clark. And it's always nearly an own goal from Bolton, who was stretching, got there before Cook, and it's pounced on from the goalkeeper. It's not a back pass. And that's the sort of deliveries which City need to put in more often.
Yeah, I think he was trying to put it out into touch, instead of which he just steered it towards the goal.
Chips it over. 4 minutes will be added on at the end of the first half. All for that injury to Parsell is Clark and Cook battle away with Cam, who, that was a nasty challenge on Clark. Cook has reacted, pushing him back. Cam's reaction to that push in the back is absolutely embarrassing. Clark receives a yellow card. If Cam doesn't get punishment for the initial challenge, he's extremely fortunate. Cook pushed him in the back. He did not push him in the back enough for Cam to react as if he's just been shot by a rifle. And not too happy with the attitude of the Larkhall midfielder then. It will be back straight on his feet any moment.
Yeah.
I don't just think
doesn't really reflect well on anybody, that.
It's a complete nailed-on yellow card for Cook. He's lost his temper, and Cam's got a yellow card as well. Batten's ball over the top, headed away from Bolton, and then follow that clearance from Bowman to Ferris, who holds off. Oh, Ferris is going, the goal is going in! Oh, it's gone over! That's incredible! He managed to lob right from probably about 40 yards. It bounced. It looked certain that it was just going to bounce into the roof of the net. And from like 2 yards in front of the goal line, somehow it has gone over the top. If Bath City get out of this tie without losing, they will look back on that moment as huge.
I think we can put that down to the September weather rather than anything else. A hard pitch. That looks certain to be going into goal. And as you've just said, it bounced can't have been more than about 6 yards out when it landed to bounce over the goal.
I mean, Larkhall should have put this game to bed. They should be 4-0 up. It seems bewildering, I have to say such a sentence. Now Clark on the right-hand side, running, gets a cross in towards Cook, who heads it over. It's a challenging header from Cook. And that's the final action of the first half. And what an extraordinary half it has been. Larkhall Athletic lead by 2-0.
Just looking for an option, goes to Rains on the halfway line now with Smith. And Chase, Smith actually scored in the fixture last season against Larkhall. In fact, it was his birthday as well. It's now Thomas on the left-hand side, just had a crossing, goes up for a corner. Good start from City though, looking much better.
Yeah, beginning to put that little bit of pressure on that you wanted to see early on. I'm just looking for where I've lost my corner tank.
Here it comes now from Clark towards penalty spot. Up to Rains, who does get on the end of it. I'm not quite sure if it was saved or if it was cleared off the line. I think it might have been a save.
It was a great save.
And Batten is brought up there. Cook with the shot, takes a deflection. Out to Clark, takes the shot, goes well over the bar though. And he was running in there, Clark. But he pelted well over the bar, but already lots of excitement around the fans, City fans letting their voices be heard, and much better from the Roman start off with as the new boys asked to come back onto the pitch.
Yeah.
Now Rains will send a cross in from the right-hand side. I'm not sure what the keeper was doing there, he completely lost track of the ball, had to punch it away in the end. Thomas, inside the box on the left-hand side, goes back to Greenslade. Now to Thomas, about 20 yards out, could unleash a shot with the left foot. Does so, ricochets off of 2 defenders it looked like, from Matt Bowman.
Really, it's just Batten and Dyer at the back.
Smith switching the play from left to right. Lovely ball to Clark. That's exactly what you want from those 2 players. Now with Clark, will cut inside with the left foot, sent across it towards Cook, and he gets the shot completely wrong. He was on his own, and he heads it down and way wide. He's about 6 yards out. Clark on the right-hand side brings it inside now to Hayfield, who'll run onto the ball into the box now. Good challenge that time from the defender. And then Lambert isn't able to keep away from Greenslade. And that's a shocking challenge from Goodall. It went in quite strong. He may have just pulled out at the last moment. But it will be a free kick for City about 30 yards out. And it definitely will be a shot here from Dan Hayfield. So here it comes now from Hayfield. Straight into the wall that time. Still back in possession though. Out to the left now with Thomas. Will look to take Goodall on. Does so. Goodall does well to keep the ball away. Thomas does well to win the ball back. Can do the second time though, as it's brought forward now, but Hayfield intercepts. It was Lambert who wasn't able to bring the ball out, and Bolton able to clear away. Pushes on to Smith. Oh, lovely through ball on towards Cook. Inside the box now, right-hand side. Clark sends a cross in towards Hayfield, and it's poor defending that time. Good ball to Cook, who takes a shot. It was more like a sort of volley, which came up a bit too high for Cook that time. Thomas into Smith. Looks for the overlapping ball towards Thomas, who may have just taken a shot there. Does fall to Cook inside the box. Turned away from goal, takes a shot. Good save from Nasta. Gets down low to his left. Clark able to keep it in to Rains. Sends a cross in towards Cook. Back to Greenslade, left-hand side of the box. Sends a cross in. Nasta should be able to come and collect it. He punches it away. Now Lambert could break away with the ball. And as far as Batten, wins the header. And Russ does well. Lovely first touch from Russ. Keep it away from 3 different Larkhall players, but Smith is dispossessed that time from Graham. As City have controlled possession much more. Rains, Thomas, first time on that right-hand side. He will charge down. He does incredibly well to get past Bradley as well. Towards Byron, sends a low cross in. Looked like he was going for almost a cross shot, and it was low. But that's exactly what you want from Thomas, that raw pace.
I think also Thomas likes that shot from the very narrow angle. We saw it against Welling when he put the ball in the back of the net, and this time cutting in, and yet again another Larkhall player has gone down.
Back into his own half. Lovely ball out right, just pings it to Joe Rains near the touchline. Can send a cross in now towards Cook. It's a low cross now to Thomas. Has to take a touch. Takes another one. Leaves it for Smith. I'm not quite sure why Thomas didn't take a shot there. And Batten just taking the odd too many risks at the moment in this game. And Dyer towards Cook. Wins the header. Falls to Hayfield. Could try and take a shot there. It may fall to Freevo. Inside box near the byline. And it is going to be a penalty for Bath City. It didn't look like it should have been.
Well, Freer was pushed over there by Lewis Graham.
It didn't look like it was a penalty at first. He went down rather dramatically, but nonetheless, the secondary official has pointed to the spot, and this could change the landscape of this game. Cook versus Nasta. Referee's blown his whistle. Here comes Cody Cook with the penalty. Taking his time, taking a deep breath. Here comes the run-up, and the shot, and it's a goal! And Bath City half the deficit. 73rd minute, Cody Cook gets on the score sheet, and a perfect time as we're going to switch over to Mark Stillman now, as it's Larkhall Athletic 2, Bath City 1.
And as we come over the mark, Larkhall just about to make a substitution.
Larkhall have understandably, they got about 10 men behind the ball. It's now inside to Thomas near the edge of the box. Thomas trying to find room, he'll do well. Nearly trips on the ball on the edge of the box, back to Russ. Looking at Rains on the right-hand side, the fullbacks are pushed on so high from Bath City. Smith, Hayfield near the edge of the box. Hayfield, can he get a shot away? What a block from two players, and Thomas's final effort is miles over the bar. Can Larkhall stand up to this onslaught in the second half, where Bath City have at last started to look like a National League South side? The first half, they looked like a Bath District side. Defending was shambolic, and they were made to pay, hence why they were 2-0 down. Now back to 2-1 as Range chips one over the top. Let's focus more on this improved second half performance as Thomas has got it now. And 12 yards or so from the byline, whips in the ball with his left foot. It might come to Cook. Oh, that's a penalty. That's surely a penalty this time. He has been brought down near the penalty spot, ironically. I think it was Goodall. That looked very clear to me. I thought it was pretty rash.
Goodall or Sam Bolton?
No, there's two defenders in there. Wonder what's right. Yeah, Bolton's got his hand on his head. You might be right, Andrew. But I had doubts about the first penalty. I got no doubts whatsoever about that one.
The reason why I say I think it was Bolton is because he was the one who protested vigorously, and virtually none of the other players
Clear
joined
foul.
in.
Clear foul.
It's a bit like in cricket, isn't it? When the bowler appeals frantically and the rest of the players look around somewhat embarrassed.
Well, this is a test, actually, in a way, because, of course, Cody Cook's only taken a penalty, about 10 minutes ago.
Well, he's taking his time again, pulling up his socks.
Nasta faced 2 penalties on his league debut. He's got to face 2 here. Cody Cook steps up. He looks at the goalkeeper. And Cook runs up, scores, puts it in the near identical spot. Cody Cook has possibly saved Bath City and earned them a replay at the very least. Larkhall 2, Bath City 2, but they're going to think they can push on for a winner.
Yeah, with that penalty, there's a sense of bluff and double bluff. Do you put it on the other side? Because I think the keeper was half expecting that might occur, or do you put it back in exactly the same spot? Well, Cody Cook chose the latter. It was the right decision. And City, probably across the whole match, undeservedly draw level.
14 out of 16 penalties scored by Cody Cook now for Bath City. He's doubled up his tally for the season. If they don't win this game, then they have themselves in for that first half. Oh, Smith, I thought, won the ball for a challenge on on Bowman. They've taken it quickly, and Derry Marnie could be in. It's just for force wide a goal. The flag stays down, and Derry Marnie, City got numbers back, brings one in control, and fortunately he gave it away. That was a golden opportunity. City are completely switched off. They weren't expecting Larkhall to go out hell for leather and try and snatch another goal. But now it's Hayford down the right-hand side, slides in alongside Graham. It comes last off the Larkhall defender. Yeah, well, that shows Larkhall's intentions, and it's going to make this game even more exciting. They do not want to sit in. They think we can go out and get a winner here, and why not? They've given the ball away in midfield as Diamond Hall. It's now Rains on the right, crossfield ball. Cook chests it away now into Freer on the left-hand side near the corner post. Freer with a teasing ball in. Oh, what a save! It was Hayfield's header was destined for the bottom corner, and Nasta, whose shot stopping all afternoon has been exceptional, he gets down to it, and potentially he keeps Larkhall in the FA Cup, and they win a free kick.
Yeah, great save there by Nasta. He can't have had long to see that. Crossing from Freer, good ball in, and well, a great save by the keeper.
I haven't been that convinced by his handling, but his shot stopping, his reactions have been very, very good. And they're going to take their time with this free kick. There's 3 minutes of normal time remaining. 2-2, 2 Cody Cook penalties. Larkhall got a slight overload on the right side, but Dyer does well to win the header. Freer touches it inside to Smith. Up to Cook now on halfway. He's got Thomas in room on the right-hand side. Cook's gone down, but Hayfield's kept his run forward. Thomas, he might want to go alone. Thomas, edge of the box. Left-footed shot. Oh, what a goal! What a goal from Thomas! It thunders off the underside of the bar, and it bounces into the roof of the net. Larkhall are on their knees. They can't believe it. Some people are on Larkhall 2, Bar City 3.
Oh, Jerry Gill looked ecstatic at that moment. You could see the relief of tension. And Thomas, well, a great shot from him. It hasn't been his best game, and he struggled at times. But actually, the decisive moment really came when they took Clark off, brought Freer on, and Thomas has had a lot more opportunity and a lot more room over on that right-hand side. A great goal.
Oh, well, when it hit the underside of the bar, it was, is it in? And then you just see the top of the net ripple like that. A sweeter moment. He hit scored a goal off the underside of the bar last week at Welling United, so he gets his angles right, Thomas. Rewrite those headlines. Larkhall have a free kick. Crossfield ball is a good one, actually, for Swaby. He should get on to this. Ferris is waiting in the middle, near the byline now, Swaby. Takes heavy. Oh, he's got the other side of Greenslade near the penalty area. He's still going. He took a touch too many. Greenslade can't keep it in. It's a corner. They're going to send everyone up. Right, I should say. It's deep to the far post. Batten can't get the header away. Swaby tries to keep it in. He stumbles on the ball. Good interception from Hayfield. If he gets it away towards... Oh, Freer went the other side of the ball, and Derrymani's there to cover. Smith tries to bring him down, and Derrymani still marching on, turns away. Oh, he's gone down. I don't think that's a foul. I thought he bought that.
Wasn't a foul at all. He fell over.
Free kick, and Larkhall try and snatch a replay. Chipped. It should be right. He's beaten to it. He's held away from Rains, and he was clearly brought down. Referee says no. City can try and break. No, Russ just knocks it forward for Smith to give chase. Referee looks at his watch and says that's that. Bar City have recovered. 2-0 down at half-time, down and out of the FA Cup. And then 2 Cody Cook penalties on 73 and 82 minutes. And then a simply glorious goal from Jordan Thomas off the underside of the bar in the 88th minute. The Battle of Bath goes the way of the visitors, but goodness me, they had to sweat through that. The first half, they were all over the place. The second half, they looked much more like the team that are leading National League South. Larkhall dead on their feet. They put everything into it. They could not have given much more. They are desperately disappointed, but they can take pride from the fact that they made Bath City work jolly hard to progress to the third qualifying round. Larkhall 2, Bath City 3. Andrew, an absolutely enthralling cup tie.
It was, Mark, and I think looking back on this game, if City progress any further in the FA Cup, then Jerry Gill certainly used his get-out-of-jail card after that first half performance. To be fair to City, it took them a long time to come to terms with the conditions. The pitch a bit bobbly, long grass. Larkhall, though, totally dominated that first period. And I think 2 crucial turning points for me. That bouncing ball that could so easily have gone in the goal at the end of the first period instead went up and over the crossbar from the tireless Ferris. And the second turning point for me was the substitutions made in the second period. I think, first of all, taking off Wilson and rearranging the shape and bolstering the midfield gave City some control, and it was that led to the penalties. And then bringing on Freer down this left-hand side, I think also gave control on the wings, and it gave Thomas lots of space by switching him over onto the right-hand side. But when you look back at the scoreline, it'll say that Bath City won this 3-2.
I can't find a time when they last recovered from 2 goals down in the FA Cup. I'm going before years I was born, but it doesn't happen very often in any game, really. But OK, you're playing a team 2 leagues below. The intensity they showed in the second half, they should have shown that from the off. I'm looking forward to interviewing Jerry Gill after, because, I mean, I dread to think what was said in the changing room. It wouldn't have been listenable for us out here, because there must have been some very strong words. It simply wasn't good enough. I mean, the first half, they looked like a team struggling at the bottom of sort of Bath and District League. The second half, they looked like a team top of National League side. Yeah,
I think once City began to pile on the pressure in that second period, the critical thing we were saying at the time when Alex was on commentary was, when would they get that first goal? Would it give them enough time to come back into that match? Well, it did through that Cody Cook penalty on 73 minutes. They then got the second penalty to draw level, and from then on, really, Larkhall looked as if the energy had gone out of them.
Look at the City players in front of us walking off. They look relieved more than anything. A few puffs of cheeks. Cody Cook with a great big smile on his face. Joe Rains back on his former stomping ground, a little fist pump to the crowd, which is a lot of Bath City supporters as well. There'll be a few here following Larkhall. It's a memorable day for them. It was a memorable first half for them, and in the end, they just couldn't see it out. We said fitness came into it so much, because in the second half, Bath City just simply overran them. I think that's enough from us, because the battery will be dying anytime soon. Unfortunately, the battery has held out as well as Bath City did in the second half. They turned on the style after an abject first half display. They were awesome in the second, recovering from 2-0 down against Bath rivals Larkhall Athletic. 2 Cody Cook penalties and a sublime strike from Jordan Thomas sees them progress to the third qualifying round of the FA Cup in one of the most memorable cup ties we will cover for many a year. Enjoy what's left of your weekend. Listen out for that cup draw on Monday. Goodbye.